your acting?
Yeah, no, I didn't want to clearly do any nude roles. I was really just not confident or shy that I didn't want to do that.
We talked about the 70s, and you mentioned Pam Grier. I was just, naturally, my curiosity would be like, okay, you guys had to probably run in the same circles or run into each other. Do you remember the first time you met Pam?
I do remember the first time I met her. Actually, I was dating Al Collins, AC, and we would all go out, me and my cousin Terry and Bubba, AC and I, and we'd also hang out with OJ and his wife Marguerite. And Marguerite was the first one to say, when I came to LA, you guys, that's Kathy. They come, Kathy, remind you of Pam, the girl, that DJ that was at the candy store. It was a sports page then, the sports page. She reminds me of Pam. Pam, the lady who does the DJ there, doesn't she? They said, yeah, they do kind of favor and look alike. So we'd go to the sports page, and I saw Pam. Pam saw me. We're like, damn. It was kind of just looked so much alike and had the same features and mannerisms and different things and that stuff. And we became, kind of friends at that point when I'd go there, but not like besties or calling and all of that and what have you. But I'd see her over a period of time at different places and what have you. And it was just, it's hard to think sometimes when you go to a place, you see somebody that looks like you that you didn't think you had, but everybody has their, like they call them now, Dopplers, looking like somebody looks like you in this world. But just to meet somebody like that favors you, that was quite an interesting pleasure.
Because with one thing in the industry, it does seem like there's competition, women, and it's like there's a code and not. But being around women, there can be cattiness. What was were y'all like, was it competition?
No, it was cool, but I mean, everybody kind of knew her because she became, well, then she was the DJ, and everybody said, hey, Pam. But I was kind of like the new kid on the block, and people were looking at me, and Wilt Chamberlains and all those people and guys and stuff there in the club, all the athletes, man, Jim Brown, everybody, they noticed me because I was an attractive young lady, and Pam was kind of stepped behind the DJ booth doing what she did, and like I said, I was basically with the Love Machine at a certain point in time, so I wasn't really here and able to deal with any camaraderie of that nature. But I saw what she was doing, and she was doing basically what I had wanted to do, and I did oftentimes think that had I been there in LA, would I have been able to land some of the roles? And I knew some of the directors and people who helped produce some of the movies and things that she did. And then on the other hand, I thought, would I really, she bared herself quite a bit. I don't know, at that point, would I wanted to expose myself the way she did.
Right.
And that was kind of frowned upon a lot back then, with a lot of people or how I was raised, and with the society or, church people and things, me going and doing this and that. So I was thinking, wow, I don't know that I could have done what she did back then.
So the curiosity for me is that, like, looking at that, it's like, okay, here you are wanting to be the young girl to be on film and do movies, and then here's this person that looks just like you. You guys are relatively the same age. I think she has you by a couple years.
Right.
And you've seen her taking off, and I'm just wondering, how are you processing that? Was there like conversations of regret of deciding to go out and travel versus being at home? How did you process that as a person?
No, it was never any conflict with me wanting to be there in LA to further my acting career, because it seems like everything kind of happened so quickly with the Love Machine and touring and just being on the road. And I just kind of learned to love and accept the excitement of being on the road and being in front of the audience. To me, I loved being in front of audiences, in front of people and performing. I've always been that natural performer. So, but when I did see it come home and see how she was flourishing in her career, I did kind of regret then maybe a little bit, thinking, wow, I could have been here doing some more movies and films. And there were some people in the industry that had asked me, "Wow, we want you to do this, that, and the other." And I'm like, at that point, it would have been a conflict because I didn't know when we were going to take off again and be on the road. I wasn't going to leave the Love Machine to be in a movie or something that would be uncertain as the outcome and, you know, what have you. It wasn't worth the risk.
It seems, you know, in doing these interviews, it seems that the more, and I'm going to word this right, to make sure that it doesn't smudge Cam in particular. But it does seem like when you have morality and things that you won't do, you're just not down for anything. It does seem like it stifles your growth or puts like a cap to it.
Right.
So I just wonder, like, yeah, if you did say, you know what, I don't mind exposing myself, being new, doing these new roles, maybe that would have helped impact your career. Were you decisive at one point saying, I won't do any new roles? Or did that, like, over time change in your acting?
Yeah, no, I didn't want to clearly do any nude roles. I was really just not confident or shy that I didn't want to do that. So that was never something I really thought to do. Though there was a point in time I did do one nude photo with Lamont McLemore. And I felt more comfortable, I guess, doing a photo, but I didn't know it was going to be to the extent that it was in a magazine with my top. But it was in the swimming pool. It was fun. And it wasn't like in a love scene. It wasn't like somebody touching all over me and acting and what have you. To me, that was kind of like a different kind of thing. But I didn't regret that I didn't get the role because I don't think I wouldn't have been ready to do what she did. And, you know, of course, she got put in that little trick bag and thing over a period of time. But after a while, obviously, it worked out for her, you know, and she became a black goddess and beautiful and just smart. And, you know, she showed that she had brains and that she wasn't a bimbo, just exposing herself. Her mentality was the mindset that she wanted to do that because hey, look at her. She's one of the first actual black female persons who was a hero to a degree. And she would always conquer and beat down these men and became that kind of iconic figure after a while when people got past the nudity because she was a very strong figure, a woman in those movies.